today I didn't want to do a tutorial. I wanted to actually go back to the first video I posted because I feel like I've grown a lot since then in my journey having my own business, being a calligrapher, being a hand letterer, and everything that comes with that. So I wanted to kind of touch back to the 5 tips that I had starting a calligraphy business or starting calligraphy in general, and kind of reflect on myself, see if I took my own advice. So lots of exciting things have happened over the last 4 to 5 weeks. I left my corporate job. I am doing calligraphy full time now, and it has been a whirlwind. It's been amazing. I've been really busy since I left. I've got 4 or 5 projects that I'm working on that are due in the next 2 weeks alone. So awesome. I've got baby showers, weddings. I have a Valentine's event next week that I'm super pumped about. So if you're in the Fayetteville area, definitely check out our Facebook event and my Instagram. I'll link that below. But today I'm going to jump into it. So I'm going to kind of reflect back on my first video, and I'm going to recap those 5 tips that I gave you to starting a calligraphy business. And the first one was just to get started. Now I will say 100% hands down, I followed this advice. I got started and I went in hard. I looked into how to run a business, how to do taxes as a sole proprietor. I looked into, pointed pen calligraphy, calligraphy on acrylic, calligraphy on wood, calligraphy on glass, all of it. And I will say that advice was really good. So it's not something I came up with. It's definitely something I've read when I was getting started, where people were like, just get started, get into it. You can do it. Believe in yourself. And it's come a long way. I have met so many amazing people just by putting myself out there and being like, hey, I'm a calligrapher. Here are my services. Let me know if you want to work with me. And I've met some amazing people, and I've gotten clients that way. And just even branching out into the creatives of Fayetteville, it's been an awesome experience. So I got started. And the next one that I went over, number 2 in my video, was practice. That's something that I'm doing every single day, and I feel like I'm still branching out in so many ways, figuring out, what is my preferred, medium to hand letter on, or what is my favorite ink or my favorite nib, or all of that. I'm still working with so many different surfaces and materials to figure out what I like best and what I'm most confident in and what I enjoy doing the most. But I'm practicing every single day in some way, shape, or form. So practice, practice, practice. That is what I preached in my first video, and I'm definitely still doing that to this day. Number 3 that I went over was think twice or maybe even 3 times before you buy. I took that advice in the beginning for sure because I researched everything, and I was like, what's the best tool? What's the best paint? What's the best everything? I need to know, and I won't buy it until I'm 100% sure. And I feel like there's been a few purchases that I've made that I'm just kind of like, well, I probably don't need this. I might not use it again, but that's all part of the learning process, I suppose. Yeah, so for the most part, we do this as a team, my husband and I. We do our research, we really try to buy once, buy right, but occasionally we think we need something, or I've thought that I've needed something having to do with lettering. Turns out, probably didn't need to purchase it, but it was a learning experience. I either got to practice on a new medium or figured out it's not really something I enjoy doing. So there's that. Number 4 was a big one, and this is still something that I said in the first video. I'm telling myself, it's still something I have to remind myself. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 13, because they had to go through chapters 1 through 12 to get to chapter 13. And don't compare where you're starting to where somebody is now that they're 8 years into their career. Instead of looking at these people who are super experienced and they have all of their stuff together, so to speak, as far as their Instagram, their feeds look all cohesive and pretty, and all the colors are great, and they've got consistent content coming out, and they've got consistent clients, and they've got their own website and all this stuff, which is fantastic, awesome for them. Like all the more power to them. I aspire to be that, and that's where I've changed the perception of comparing myself to them to being inspired by them. And so now I'm looking at them and I'm like, okay, they did that, they went this route, oh, they shared a little bit of how they got there. Let me see how I can work it in my own area, in my own niche, and with what I have to offer, and how can I do similar things, because I don't necessarily want to be that person. I still want to be myself, and I want that for all of you too. Be yourselves, but be inspired by the people that you look to, or that you see their Instagrams and you're like, wow, they look great, or what they're doing is awesome. I want a piece of that where I am. So be inspired by it. So don't compare yourself, but be inspired by what those people are doing. And number 5 is to share your story. So that's why I'm here, again, sharing with you. So I hope this video was fun. I hope it was kind of a good little catch you up to speed type of deal. I know it's been a little while. I promise I'll be more consistent. I definitely want to keep in touch with you guys so that way you know what's going on. You can track my my experiences as it goes on, and hopefully if you are someone who's looking to get into calligraphy or hand lettering or anything in the creative sector, hopefully this is inspiring for you, because a little over a month ago when I posted that first video, I really wasn't even sure how this was all going to play out, if I would ever get my first sale, or how in the world I was going to make this happen. But here I am, making sales, having projects, meeting people, getting clients, so it's possible. Stay tuned. I really want you guys on this journey with me, and click below to subscribe. Comment if you want to see other topics, and